Setup.
Oh my god, there's so many people here. There's so many people here. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh shit.
So many people here.
Here we go again.
Here we go.
Alright, what is up? Episode 219, Kieran, right? Right? And you've been away for what, like 2 weeks?
Yes.
Yeah, so I know all this stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. So, tonight on the podcast, we'll go around the table, right? So I have Ollie, DJ Lynch.
Yes.
Ollie Lynch,
That's
yeah,
the one.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
We have Kai, Maggzy,
Yep.
and it's just Maggzy, right?
Yeah, just Maggzy.
Yeah, it
You're
works.
creative.
Sandy, and then so it's the way I wrote it out was like Sandy backwards bracket, forward bracket, backwards bracket, forward bracket, backwards bracket, forward bracket, Sandy, right? And then yeah, because when I was like writing it out, I was like, wait a minute, where's the other bracket? And this went like that.
It's like playing Hangman with a name, dude. it's so bad.
And then I go Andrew.
Yeah.
And Jinjah, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Easy to remember, man.
Because when I went to tag you on the Instagram, there was another one.
Yeah, I've got two accounts. So one's more personal, the other one's more music based.
I see why I tagged both of them.
Yeah, there you go. Well done.
So let's go around the table because let's get this ball rolling. So usually it starts off with the who, what, when, where, why, introduction, yada yada yada. But Ollie, who are you? What do you do?
Who am I? What do I do?
Whilst I sit back and drink
it's a
my
good
wine.
question, honestly. It's a good question. I don't know. I've always loved drum and bass, and
Yeah.
I got into it, and I was like, "Fuck, I need to start kind of getting into it." So I was like, "Fuck it, let's do it." And then I did a course with Splendid. I did a course with Fate, and I
Can we
was
pull
like,
up Splendid and Faith? Because those guys have been around for a while
they've
now.
been around for a while, yeah.
Splendid's
They've
been
helped
around
me out
for
a fair
2
bit.
years.
Yeah, 2 years.
Yeah.
That's a good stint so far.
Because I feel like the problem is like when you want to start DJing, you're like, where do I go from there?
Yeah.
And then I just went, okay, there's a course, I'm gonna do it. This was probably 2 years ago now.
Yep.
And I was like, all right, let's see where it takes us.
Yeah.
And then I did that, and I was like, shit, okay, I kind of gotta go into it from there. And then yeah, I guess it's kind of just been like a flash from the last 2 years, and now I'm where I'm at, and it's like,
How was it learning how to DJ, and what controller did you first use?
the controller I first used, so I had an SB2.
Okay.
At
Can we
first.
Google that one as well?
Yeah,
And look,
so I
big
had an
shout out to
SB2.
Bromad as well, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Splendid crew.
There you go. Chill.
So SB2 by
It was pretty dodgy, yeah. Yeah, it was a
Okay.
Pioneer, yeah. But then I upgraded to a 400, and
yeah.
I used that for probably a year and a half, and I would spend like 3-4 hours.
Wait, you
a
got one
day.
of these things? Is that what?
SB.
Oh, SB.
Yeah,
I was about
yeah.
to say, it's like you were sampling.
No, I wasn't
beat
at that
jumping.
point yet. Yeah.
It was like that is DJing was not DJing. Like, that's like crating.
It's like a 200.
Yeah, it's pretty much a 400, but a bit different. So I had one of those, and I was using that for about a year, and then I did the course, and I started using CDJs and whatnot, and I was like, okay, I got to upgrade.
And you can't, like, no one can afford it as well, right?
Yeah, oh, it's fucking expensive, but it's worth
So
it.
expensive,
But
yeah.
so I was using that for a while, and then I upgraded to a 400. I was using that for probably a year and a half, and I've
Yeah.
only just recently upgraded to a FLX6.
FLX6. Can we go to
Yeah.
that one as well? Because it seems like everyone uses the DDJ 400, but it's
Yeah.
good for what it is. The price.
It's really good. So it's pretty
Yeah.
much because they're discontinued now, and now they have the FLX4, which is
Okay.
pretty much the same thing, but a little bit different.
That is a sexy deck. Is
It-
it white or is it the black?
No, I've got the black one. I've
Yeah,
got the
but
black
does it
one.
got like the blue tint to it and stuff?
Yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
got all that.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's
Alright.
pretty nice. But now that like the AZ or whatever it is out, I'm kind of like, fuck, I should have
Should have waited a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'm using that at the moment.
no, very nice. So then Kai, then how did you come in the picture?
Well, I've always kind of been around music because my dad was very into music, but like more the rock side of things.
Very
So he
cool.
tried to teach me how to play guitar, and that didn't really go well. So I started producing music before I started DJing.
Really?
So,
Ableton,
yeah.
FL Studio?
I actually started on GarageBand, just playing around on that.
Hey, that's
I wasn't
cool.
wasn't doing anything special, but I kind of just learnt the very basics from that, and
Yeah.
then I got FL Studio and started playing around like making house music, but then
Cool.
started to like drum and bass, so I got into drum and bass more. But Yeah, I don't know. I kind of just become obsessed with it.
That's good though. Like,
it's good, yeah.
Because usually it's the other way around. It's like you do
Yeah,
the
I know,
DJing
yeah.
first, then you do the production. You're like, wow, this is a whole new can of
Yeah,
fish,
yeah.
right? But like with the production, how did you find? I mean, with doing garage band, but like, was it easy to pick up?
Nah, it's not easy at all. But
Nah.
if you're willing to put the time and effort into it, you will pick it up.
That's
That's the
it.
thing.
Yeah.
Like, you actually have to be willing to be dedicated to doing it.
Yeah,
But it's kind of just, yeah.
it's just a lot.
Production's
of time, man.
awesome because it's all about you. Like, you have your own creativity. You can kind of just make what you want, you know. That's the best aspect about it. But
Yeah.
then, yeah, when I started DJing, I actually got a DDJ 200.
Okay,
And then,
we Google that if that's cool.
yeah.
So what?
It's basically just the 400, but a simpler version.
Is that the more portable one where you can just like plug just the USB in?
You can literally just... I used to plug it into an iPad and mix off that.
That's
It-
sick.
But you can't really do much on it. But I kind of learnt the basics from that, and then I got a DDJ SC. So,
SC, okay.
which is a bit better. It's kind of like... It looks similar to a CDJ, but in a controller. But
Ah, yeah. I think I've played on one of these before.
yeah, they're good, yeah.
And then it's like, the touchpad's really sensitive though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah. I remember actually, I was
good.
playing on a friend's and I was like, oh, I've just touched something. And it's like, okay, I've touched the hot cues. How do I delete them?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
And it was literally just like a brush. And I was like, oh, there's 3 hot cues set. Oops. But yeah, no, that's awesome. And then, so with the DJing, how did you find getting into it? And like, was it quite easy to get your head wrapped around it at all? Or?
Yeah, I kind of just sat at my table and just played around until I got the hang of it. But
That's where
I did go to Splendid as well.
Yeah.
But that was about a year and a half into DJing.
That's cool.
So I already had a bit of experience, but it was still really good. Like, I learnt a lot of stuff from them. Like,
Yeah.
they basically just brushed me up on a lot of the stuff that I wasn't doing very well.
Did you have any gigs before you went to Splendid at all?
No, I hadn't. Nah.
Nah. Yeah,
So,
that's all right.
yeah,
then.
it was really good. It's definitely worth doing. Like, they teach you a lot of like insightful stuff, and
Yeah.
like, even if you do know how to DJ already, you can go there and they'll pick out all the stuff that you're doing wrong that you didn't even know you're doing wrong, which
Yeah,
is good.
wow, okay.
It's definitely good, and you meet a lot of good people there. So
Yeah. It's a good networking thing. That's what I like
It is,
about
yeah.
Splendid and like Lab 6 and stuff. It's like, and same thing with your shop thing. It's like, you just go in there, an open mind, and everyone's like, hi, we're in the
Yeah.
same boat. Let's hang out. Kind
yeah,
of, right?
100%. I know Quincy, like Don Dark always says this, but it's always good like in Perth and places like if you all band together and kind of build a little community, everyone's going to grow together.
Exactly.
I've heard him say that a lot. It's definitely a good bit of advice.
It's the truth. Like we are
Yeah.
tiny on the scheme of things. Like,
Yeah, 100%.
compare Perth to Chicago or something, right? Like
Yeah.
we're nothing. We're just so small, but we've got such a cool community, right?
Oh, 100%.
Why we're here.
And that's
as well.
it.
Yeah,
That's
100%.
it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, funnily enough, so Sandy, then let's jump to you. How did you come in the picture? Because you've been in the scene for a while. I've known you since the emo punk days.
Pretty much. It's like, I used to be doing event managing under Yikes and Emo Nights.
Yeah.
And then I did not know how to use the decks then. So like, I wanted to help out, but I was like just in the background like, oh, what do I do? I should be sorting out the technical side.
How long
of
ago was
event
this?
managing. Around 2-3 years ago.
Okay.
And then, like, last year, I was like, you know what, I'll give your shot a try. It's like $150 just to have 6 lessons. And it give me an insight on how to use the decks so I can help out the DJs if they need to take a break and that.
Yeah.
But instead, I end up becoming a DJ.
Well, why not, right?
Yeah. So, no, and then after your shot, I decided to sign up for Splendid to do production lessons.
Very cool. Okay. Then. How did you find your shot in doing the course and training and everything?
It was stressful, not gonna lie, because I had never touched a deck in my life. I only knew how to play music from like as a child in primary school and high school.
Yep.
I used to be in bands, worship band, playing bass, guitar, keys.
That's
even
awesome.
Singing as
Really?
well. Yes.
Damn.
Yeah, I did it all. even woodwind and brass instruments, I used to do that too.
So did you go to like a private school or something?
Yes,
Yeah. It was a similar thing. Similar thing though.
It's always the private schools, man.
Because like for me, so I went to a place called Bunbury Cathedral Grammar.
Yeah.
Every year had to learn an instrument. So I learned the violin, cello, clarinet, flute, guitar, piano, and then there was one more I can't think off the top of my head. It was like 7 instruments, but then I can't remember how to play any of them.
It's pretty much the same as me. It's like you get bored of one instrument and you go on to the next one.
That's it.
And then, yeah, it just keeps on going until you're an adult now and like, time to stop and
Yeah.
find something useful to do.
That's it. I just went to a house party and I was like, stuff playing an instrument. I want to do what that guy.
Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah, no, it's awesome. And so then because you've been in the scene for a while.
Oh,
So then with the DJing, so through your shot, you would have learned on the RX2, right?
RX3s.
RX3, okay.
And then from then on and beyond the CDJs.
Yep.
But I do own at home a DDJ 800,
Ah, very nice.
which is similar to RX3. So I bought that at the same time as during your shot.
Yep.
Because I'm like, you know what? I don't want to overspend on an RX3, so I thought I'd get something similar to it.
Like they're
which
so
was that
nice,
one.
but
Yeah.
they're so expensive once
Oh,
again.
yeah.
Because they're like there you go, $3.7 thousand.
Oh yeah, there's no way.
3.5.
Go nuts.
Yeah, I got the DJJ 800, which is just the exact same one, just without the screen.
Yep.
And that did the job, no problem.
Yeah. Have you played any gigs at all as well recently?
Yes, I do. I still do like emo nights,
Yep.
like more emo based events. But there is one coming up at All Time No Money, which I'm keen for because I get to play my EDM side of emo music.
Really?
So
Can
yeah.
we pull up All Time No Money and help push the event as well? And then also you're running an event now
Yes.
as well. So after we pull up All Time No Money, and what was the other one called?
So it's called Memories.
Memories, yeah.
Also, it's run by Alex Fitz.
Big shout out to Alex.
But yeah, we co-own
Yeah.
it. We thought we started a new event based on all Your Shot contestants. It's actually owned by Your Shot contestants, actually. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool though. It's good. That's really good.
So we thought, so tonight is the opening night. It starts at 8 p.m.
Yep.
Ends at midnight. But we're showcasing all the wildcards that want to actually play to its speaker system and not silent disco.
Yep.
So we got them coming as well as some of the other contestants that'll be there too.
Whilst we go around the table and I talk to Andrew, can you find the event if that's all right, Sandy? Because I don't think Kieran's having trouble finding
If not, I
Memories.
can help link it. It
Yeah, like if you could send it.
should be Memories Club Perth.
Yeah.
There's a go.
There it is, that one. Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah, sick.
Sweet.
You're hearing it too.
So
Thank you for the like.
there you go. Should give him a share as well. Oh, after we'll give him a share. So Andrew, how did you get into this?
Hello.
I met you in my backyard somehow.
Yeah, how the fuck did that happen, dude?
Was it well, how was it? I can't remember, to be honest. Like, I just remember coming home and I was buckled or something, and I was like, "Hi, nice to meet you."
Just out of nowhere,
Guy
yeah.
in my backyard.
Yeah, no, I literally went to the event because I think Sandy, you told me about it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? I'll show up. I'll hang around.
because it was a
play.
house party, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a house party.
Yes,
So
yeah.
yeah, and you got one like
I was
next-
trying to remember.
yeah. So yeah, we met through that. But how I got into music itself is I've been playing piano for however long I can remember. I've been playing it for like a decade now.
That's cool.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Just casual
just
play.
casual. Yeah, nothing crazy. Yeah. But yeah, I got into DJing in year 12 of high school. Was it year 12 of high school? I think it was around year 12 of high school.
Yep.
So I was always a big fan of like EDM and bass music and things like. Thanks. Big fan of EDM and bass music when I was a lot younger. So I was listening to a shit ton of that, like Tiesto, like all the in between.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I used to do content creation. So I've been seeing a lot of other people, and I used to do live streaming as well. I used
What
to see
type of content creation? Though?
variety content. So I would usually just go live on like Twitch and things like that, and I would stream and things.
Sweet. Can we pull
Yeah.
up your Twitch page?
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah.
I haven't streamed in like a year and a half. So
Still, that's awesome, though. And like,
Yeah.
how was it streaming on Twitch? Do you have quite a few followers and stuff?
I got 7.8k ish.
It's
yeah.
better than me. It's better than everyone
Yeah.
here, right?
Yeah,
So
but
you can play the piano and you're a Twitch streamer.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so a lot of my content used to be like variety, and then when I took like a year break or so, I did DJing and things like that.
Yep.
Way before I took the break is actually when I got into DJing. So I saw a lot of other people, content creator wise, that were doing like DJ streams and DJing in general, and I kind of went like, I put two dots together and went like, oh, I love bass music. I want to kind of perform it, at least in front of an audience in some way, shape or form, to kind of show that creativity and energy. And I bought myself a DDJ 400.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 1,000, because
Yeah.
then it'd be like
Yeah, I was going to one up.
800, 200, 400,000.
I'm not made of money, but you know, not made of money, but
If only.
yeah, if only, man, just for this moment. But yeah, I bought myself a DDJ 400. I've had it for like 5 years now. I haven't upgraded because I've just been hiring places to actually play instead.
Yeah, that's fair. Because that's the thing, is like, if you can just go home and you can just like tweak things and do this or do that, or load up a set and then go to the hen house or something, right? And then you use the CDJs.
Or like Perth DJ Hub or
something
any of
like
in
that.
between, right? So yeah, I got into it because of that, and I've just kind of stuck to it. I've met amazing people. I've been to cool events, etc. So yeah, open new doors, and here we are. So I did Your Shot last year as well, but I was a wild card.
Yep.
And then I kind of joined the whole music industry in Perth because of that. So I've only been in the industry for about a year, but I've been DJing for like 6-ish years. So
That's awesome, man. That's really cool.
there you go.
So then, how did all of you guys meet then?
Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, I want to talk about this Shrek rave.
Good times, yeah.
Well, it was me. I posted in a group chat. I was booking someone to DJ for Shrek Rave at the time because I was working with Yikes Party, which is an event company in Perth.
There you go. I love it that you guys met there.
And then, like,
That's
Ollie.
crazy.
They do Europe as well.
Oh yeah, they do everywhere. now.
Just wait, this is Yikes,
Yeah.
the guy from based in Australia.
Yes.
And he does
I
Europe
think
as
this
well.
is a different one. But
Crazy,
I don't
dude.
know,
It's crazy.
I thought it was just an Australian thing.
Nah.
No.
Damn.
But like,
I want him to come on here.
Yeah, tell him, dude.
But yeah.
Like this guy responded, it's like, I'll do it, but all you do is play drum and bass.
Yeah.
So instead, he reached out to Andrew.
No, I found your post in a story going like, hey, I don't want to DJ like the first 4 hours of like techno and just Shrek music. So I was like, do you know what? Fuck it.
Is that actually what you have to play, like what, Smash Mouth and repeat basically?
Yeah, pretty much.
And then mix it with drum and bass or techno.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I found like a 15-minute mix and I just played that for the first 15 minutes and then winged
so you
it from
actually
there.
did the set then?
Yeah, I did the set. So
Sweet. Put that on a resume.
yeah, I know, dude.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
She reached out and she was like, "Oh, do you want to play a Shrek rave?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm keen." And then I started getting like a portfolio of like all these songs that I need to play, and I was like, "Fuck, I don't know how to do this." So I was like, shit, I need to get someone else on it. Andrew.
This dumbass, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, do you reckon you could play this?" And then I'll hop on for like the last half an hour and do what I like to do. And then yeah, it ended up being like.
It was one. I'm gonna keep it a buck. The last 2 hours, I think, was one of like, even though it was our first time playing like together, we did it back to back for the last 2 hours. I would still consider that our like best back to back.
100%.
And I think the only reason why is because it was so memorable and because it's so fucking Shrek
We were like all in like fucking Shrek outfits and stuff. And
Bro, you gave me like a thing on the ears. Yeah.
Big shout out to everyone watching, by the way.
Yeah.
Greetings.
Cooper, we got Grace, we got Taylor, and we got Shane.
Shane.
Hey, my boy.
Shout out to Shane. This guy is mad.
Shout out Shane if you're watching.
Shane needs to start fucking mixing, man.
I would watch him mix.
You'll never go to an event in Perth where he's not there.
Really?
He's at
He's
everything.
always there.
He's a legend.
But then, Kai, and how'd you come into everything?
Well, I met these two through Splendid.
Yep.
But me and Lynchy got put on the same lineup in Mandra.
Yeah, okay.
So
So
we
in
kinda-
Mandra, what gig? Like,
It's called Rails. So
Rails.
there's a DJ called Impulse.
Okay.
And he runs it. Which
Shout out Impulse.
yeah, he's a
Oh,
really,
yeah,
really good
Zeke.
bloke.
That
Winner
rings a
of
bell,
last
actually.
year's Your Shot.
Zeke is his name, but
He was the winner of
It's with a
last
Z.
year's Your Shot.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
I definitely didn't see
Well,
it.
it's not Zeke Beats, is it?
No, it's
Oh no, well you said Impulse. Sorry, I was about to say Zeke Beats. Oh my god. So is this it here? Oh wait.
yeah, that'd be the one.
presents drum and bass. I have to put it in the title.
Presents drum and bass.
6-hour event. How was that? So you guys got put on the same lineup. There you go. Look at that.
Oh.
Yeah, no,
It's
it
such
was
a good
sick. Yeah.
That's awesome. So what time slots did you guys play? And then like, how was it? Like, were you playing one after the other and just bumped into each other, or?
Yeah, so I played second, and I think you played last, didn't you?
I played closing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But we
yeah.
got in contact before the event and started going to the studio and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's kind of how we got to know each other.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
But like, which studio? What like there? in
Perth
Hampshire?
DJ Hub.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet. Okay then. So then, have you guys? Well, sorry, you go.
No, you're right.
No.
No, you go first. No, you go first.
So then, how has it been for you guys? Like, you know, breaking out into the industry and, you know, playing music and gigging and doing this and doing that and being part of Perth's music. Like, it's good.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's fucking sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sick. Like,
Yeah, it's good fun, right?
like, well, we started out going to the studio a couple weeks before this event.
Yeah.
We're like, oh yeah, like, you know, we gotta get to know each other and stuff. And then we played this, and like, he fucking smashed it.
Yeah.
No,
No,
sick.
you smashed it.
Out, far out.
Alright, so I'm kissing now.
I bet this is gonna happen another 5 times. yeah.
Pretty much. And then now we're playing what? You and me, Bushduff on New Year's Eve.
Sweet.
And-
What bush stuff? Like, can you release it or is it private still?
It's at You and Me. So it's
You and
like
Me,
the
okay.
same organisers as
The Vault.
Embrace.
Yeah.
Embrace,
Yeah.
The Vault, yeah. And they reached out and they're like, oh, you and Mags need to go back to back. And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's awesome then.
We haven't got
Pretty
too
sick.
much information yet, but
That's all
it's
good,
going to
yeah.
be sick.
Yeah.
And
Well, New
Yeah.
Year's event for Bushduff, that will
Yeah.
be a lot.
2 hours of classical opera and smooth jazz.
Yes.
pretty much, yeah.
Pull the beanbag.
Yeah, that's
Bring
it.
up for a leaf, dude. Yeah.
That's it. It'd be like 2 a.m. in the morning. Just got my shades on, just sleep.
Yeah.
Like classical music. Got away from psytrance.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
That was a hectic weekend, you know, like just getting to kick back with him and like all the other people, and in Mandurah as well, you know, like not many people are out there. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're all just there, just getting on it. And
Was it was a busy night? Was it a good night? Or?
Yeah, it was sick. There was also a sick lineup as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It
yes,
was-
you guys are on,
Every,
right?
every DJ smashed it that night.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was just a good event, like in general.
There was another DJ who played it called Diesel.
Yeah.
Shout out to him because he got runner up of his stage at your shot, so
Yeah, he's
Very
sick.
cool.
he smashed it.
So, what other gigs have you guys done recently? Like, so what about you, Andrew? Like, what have you played recently?
My most recent one was the Splendor Underground that they did about 2 and a bit months ago.
Okay.
So it was at Geisha. I was main support for like Shellers and Pink Minks.
Yeah.
So I played like a whole lot of trap and stuff because that's kind of my main genre now.
Sweet. Okay.
So I've been making like a lot of trap, dubstep, all in between. So that's been fun.
That's actually what I got to ask. So drum and bass.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bass,
And
yeah.
then
I'm open for that.
open for that. Sweet.
Same as-
And then trap.
And then trap, dubstep, DMB. So
Sweet.
those 3.
Very cool. Then so, Andrew produces. Do any of you other guys produce at all? Or?
So yeah, I produced.
Yeah.
I dabble around.
Sorry, we've dived into that before. My bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
But have you produced recently, or have you got any tracks? Or
Yeah. I've kind of slowed down with releasing stuff at the moment because I've kind of just been trying to find like a certain sound that represents me, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, that
Because
doesn't.
every
make
single
sense.
one of my tracks sounds so different, you know, and like I think working on sound design is a big thing that I need to get around. Just finding that certain sound. Like you hear other big artists like K9 and Boo and Headaches, they've all got a like specific sound that like when you hear it you're like, oh, that's one of their tracks, you know what I mean? I think that's the biggest thing at the moment is trying to find that one specific sound that kind of represents me with my music. But
Well, it
Yeah.
just takes practice and time, but that's like, you know, you hear a song and it sounds like Flume, it's probably Flume, right?
Yeah,
And it's just
100%,
like
yeah.
how you have that sound. I was
Yeah.
going to mention, so I live with this guy called Ewan, forgot his last name. Yeah, I live with this
Oh, no.
dude.
How do you forget that, bro?
I was going
Getting
to say
picked
Ewan
out.
McGregor, but it's not Ewan McGregor. But have you guys heard of E-Putty at all?
Rings a bell, but
So Ewan, my roommate, so that's him there. But so he's got his own record label. He throws events. He also
yeah.
plays all over the place, but he teaches people how to make music. He is a god. I will literally say a god when it comes to sound design. Like,
Yes,
he
yeah.
is so talented. He runs courses and he runs his own thing, but it's all like private one-on-one things.
Yeah.
But then it's
Yeah.
like, say, if you were to approach him and say, hey, like, I want to work on sound design, he'll actually tailor a course to you, so it's actually not like, you know, oh, come in at first lesson, pay me money, and then we'll figure it out. It's like, okay, send some emails back and forth or have a chat, and he'll just literally be able to go, okay, well, I'll tailor something up and let's figure out how to do it. Really,
that's
So
sick.
it's not
Yeah.
generalized. It's more like tailored to what you want to
personal,
do.
yeah,
Okay.
personalized, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's definitely, yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then so no, it's awesome. So with the production, so then how many songs have you got out at the moment, Kai? Like, and then have you taken them off of like SoundCloud or anything like that at all, or?
Yeah, so I'm pretty slack with Spotify. I need to get better with that, but
No, that's
probably estimate I've got about 15 to 20 songs on SoundCloud at the moment.
damn. Okay, that's not bad.
I've got about 150 plus sitting on my laptop that I've just got halfway through making and just gone like, nah, I'm bored of this.
Honestly,
Move on to the next one.
that's the way to
But
do it though, because
I'm sure you can say the same.
Yeah, no, join the club. I've got a similar amount, man. Scuff.
So then, what about you, Andrew? Then, so like, what have you got as recent releases and everything? And,
I've got a track that's going to be released. It's a collab between me and Bismody. It's going to be coming out
you
very
sent
soon.
that to me before.
Yeah.
I
So
think we've got a lot up here by the looks of it. Is that?
yeah, so that's one of the tracks I'm going to be releasing in November.
Yeah.
You
Can we play it in the background?
Yeah, if you want to play it like second, like halfway through, the first half I don't mind, but the second half is like killer.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Let's do that.
Yeah, and
yeah,
Play it in the background whilst we chat and stuff.
yeah. Go for it.
So then,
Yeah. But,
so what have been some of the funnest gigs you guys have done so far?
Oh man.
Oh, your latest one?
Yeah,
latest
honestly, like my favorite set I've ever played was Smile High.
Smile High.
yeah.
Smile High Club. This is a sick song.
Congratulations.
I've had some good one. Like I've had some good gigs recently. Obviously the Suki set was like
That was improv.
yeah, that was just on the spot.
Yeah.
But, like Smile High, 100%. That was my favorite set I've ever played.
That's cool.
Because I've been such a big fan of Smile High for so long now, and they were like,
Yeah, I forgot about that.
oh yeah, like, do you want to play? And I was like, yep, done, let's do it. But it ended up being such a good time to the point where I was like, holy fuck, you know, like,
Just wait. What?
it was insane. It was insane. So like, obviously that.
I just meant like,
And Suki.
damn, this is filthy.
Yeah. No, he's good at what he does.
I
but
see what you mean. It's like halfway through it just turns into this. Like, this is sick. But yeah, so Smile High Club and then
So yeah, Smile High was, in my opinion, my favourite set I've done.
Yep.
And then there was like the Framework ones that I've done. Every time I played Framework twice,
Framework,
and both of those were like fucking sick.
Because Framework's coming back as well, isn't
Yeah,
it?
like shout
Yeah.
out to fucking Flash Gold Harrison. 'Cause
Yeah,
he's a fucking
and Sav
legend.
and everyone,
Yeah, like they're always a good time. But Smile High, 100%. That was my favorite year.
And he won the comp too.
And the
Yeah.
comp?
Yeah.
I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting it at all because
So
the
was it a
lineup
competition
there-
at Smile High or?
It just
Yeah,
happened.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
so like 2 weeks ago. Well, I thought it was 3, but
Yeah. Fucking idiot.
Time flies, you never
I thought it
know.
was 3, but apparently it was 2.
It was like I think it was like 12 days ago.
Yeah.
To be more specific than that.
Yeah,
I remember it. I remember it like it was yesterday.
It was up at the end of the day, but yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So
yeah.
what was your time slot and like how was it? What was it like?
So I played 2:20 to close.
Okay.
So it was 20-minute sets for everyone,
Yeah.
and then they gave me 2:20 to pretty much 3. So I was like, fuck, as if because someone pulled out.
Yeah.
So I got 40 minutes instead of 20. So I was like, fuck, okay. But it ended up closing at like 2:45. So I ended up getting like 25 minutes.
That's alright then.
But that ended up being my favorite set that I've ever done because you
Just
know
high
it was just
octane
like-
and-
yeah, I was just doing my thing, like just you know, and everyone loved it. So I was like, fuck, like this is just amazing. But yeah, no, it was a good night all round. Like the energy, everything, it was sick.
Yeah.
Like I could not think of us, you know, it all round it was amazing.
No, it's
So
cool.
yeah,
But-
that was definitely my favorite set that I've done.
What about you, Kai? Then, what's your favourite set you've done so
Oh.
far?
I'd say it's definitely the Suki X Bannex. That was nuts.
That was sick.
Because I remember I just finished a gig on the Saturday night, because that was actually on a Sunday night. And I just finished a gig on Saturday night at Rumble in Lakelands.
Yeah.
Rumble Promotions, they do events.
Rumble.
Yeah. So I just finished a gig, and I walked off, like, just got off the decks, and I checked my phone, and I had a message saying I'd won the comp. So I was through the roof about
that's
it.
sick. Just finished being like, wait a minute, what?
I know, I couldn't believe it. I was like, no way, this has just happened. Because Suki's like one of my favourite producers of all time. He's like, he's sick. He's kind of drum and bass, but then with a little bit of Belgium as well. I love his music. So
it's TSUKI, right?
Yeah.
He's a fucking legend.
Yeah. Nah, that was just crazy for a Sunday night. Like, the energy in that venue was nuts from start to finish. Like,
was it long weekend or anything? Or?
Nah.
Really? It was just on a Sunday night?
Yeah, I had to go to work at 4:50 in the morning. I woke up.
I think it's a different
And I was
guy.
like, nah, this is harsh.
Yeah.
Damn.
IUK.
Yeah, it's Suki UK.
Third one down.
Yeah, there you go. That one.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. Cool.
That's cool, though. That's very cool.
Yeah, no,
And then-
good
Yeah,
lad.
it was wicked.
And you had to go to work the day after.
Yeah. So I didn't even drink. I just drove up there.
Yeah.
And drove back, like, once the night was finished, and
Just
that was a
like-
rough day at work the next day, but you gotta make a living
Worth it,
somehow.
dude.
That's it. That's how you gotta do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what about you, Sandy? What was the last gig you played?
I last played last night,
last night?
weekend.
Oh, how was that? Because that was a reunion,
great.
right?
That was with Benny and Georgia.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I've got all the time in the world for Georgia. She's
Oh.
awesome. And Ben, I've met him only a couple of times, but he's such a teddy bear.
Oh man, they're
Yeah.
such nice people. They're always great to get along with, and they work in the industry, so it's a win-win.
That's
as
it.
Well.
Yeah. How long did you play for, and what was your time slot?
So like I played like 2 hours from midnight to 2.
Okay. That's cool though. That's alright.
And what's great was I actually got to play a bit of EDM with that too.
Even better.
So I always thinking a bit of EDM, like UKG or drum and bass in there.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was just all emo. I'm still in the emo DJ scene.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's why not?
Fun. Yeah.
Like if we don't come together, how does the scene?
Exactly.
Keep
I mean,
going.
I can try to mix the emo scene with the bass heads.
Yeah, good work.
Fuck yeah.
Possibly. And then we got more shout outs. So glad I stayed for that one. Big shout out to Shane. So wait, Shane.
Shane's a fucking legend.
Oh.
Shane start DJ.
I fucking love that
So
guy.
his name in Perth, everyone calls him Rave Dad.
Right.
He's like the dad rocking around.
He wore a
like-
like apron that had.
Yeah.
What did they say on it? Hey, your shot?
Cunt cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that was so good. That was so
sick.
good.
He had an apron that said "cunt could cook." That's sick.
Yes.
That's
love
awesome.
him. Love him.
And big shout out to Taylor as well.
Yeah.
Shout out to Taylor.
He sounded hesitant, dude.
No. He's my best mate.
Yeah.
He always supports me. Like
That's good.
every event, he's been there, front row, supporting me. So yeah.
That's what
Taylor's
you
a
need.
fucking legend.
Shout out to Taylor.
And then,
Shout out to Taylor.
so Andrew, then what's your last gig?
My last gig was about a month ago. It was for a wedding, actually.
Really?
I travelled to Melbourne to DJ a wedding for a couple of mates I actually met through streaming.
Really?
So, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
sick. So I've known them for about 6 years now, because I started 6 years ago, so they were like day ones. But yeah, like when they proposed a year ago, they were like, yeah, we got to get him on. So a year ago, they messaged me going like, hey, do you want to DJ our wedding? We're getting proposed and like we're getting married and shit. And I was like, yeah, sure.
And then like, by the way, it's in Melbourne. Like,
By the way, it's in Melbourne. I was like, how are we going to go about that? And then I'm like, hey, I'll cover everything. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah, okay.
That's awesome.
So yeah, no, it's really cool. So it's one of those like first experiences where I traveled out doing the art that I enjoyed doing, which was really cool. Plus I got to meet them for the first time as well, which was even better.
Yeah.
So yeah, really cool stuff. But
Whereabouts was it in Melbourne? Like what venue? Can we Google it? Like,
I can't remember the venue name, but I know it was in Warburton. So about 2 hours out from the city in general. So it's like a very I wouldn't say rural, but like outside of metro kind of wedding. So yeah, really cool place. So it's like adorable. So
yeah, Warburton looks quite pretty.
yeah, it's really pretty.
Like the Swan Valleys.
Wait, well, yeah, that's it. Similar to Swan Valley by the looks of it.
I would say it's like fairly similar to Swan Valley. I could be wrong. I only went there for like a week. So
Yeah, so you went, like, it was a full week over there, or?
so it was from Thursday to Tuesday, so about 5 days.
That's pretty good, though.
Yeah.
Flights
So-
paid for, accommodation, like...
Yeah, everything basically paid for, which was really nice.
How long did he DJ for the wedding?
6-7 hours.
Yeah.
It was fun because I didn't play commercial for the wedding.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's
so it's one of those weddings where you could just like
It's a rave room.
it was like a rave, but I played a lot of like house and like a lot of like Fred again and things like that. Fred again's one of my favorite artists as well, so it kind of works really well for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really fun though. Honestly,
that's-
very memorable for me personally.
That's really good.
Yeah, it's
honestly, 'cause,
sick.
Like, I've done weddings in the past, just playing requests and like...
Dude, if you can find the right people for the wedding, dude, you can if you can find the right people for the wedding, man, it's like it's always going to be a fun time no matter what kind of shit you play.
Yeah.
So
like with weddings, like I'll try and mix whatever songs they give me or whatever it is, but it's like I've done a wedding before and the bride, the sister of the bride, she couldn't afford a present or whatever the go was, but she wrote up a page front and back 200 songs that I had to play from 1 to 200 and she literally like gave it and was like, oh, this is my present to my sister, by the way, this is your track list. And I looked at her and I was like, I have most of these songs, but do I have to play it from 1 to 200? It's like, yeah, it'd be appreciated. I'm like, what? I'm just thinking to myself,
yeah, good luck with that one.
you should just plug Spotify in. Like, what?
No one
Why
will tell
you-
the difference, man.
It's like,
No one
why
will
are
tell
you
the
paying me to be here? Like, but yeah,
Yeah.
that was a very interesting day.
Oh, would have been.
Yeah, it sucked a bit, but
It is what it
Shout out to all those people that just annoy the DJs with their requests.
is. Just say shout out to them.
have you
Don't
guys?
shout them out.
Have you guys all want to do like bass music and nightclubby kind of stuff?
Yes.
Because like,
Yeah.
if you've done wedding, have you done?
I've done like everything except for a festival. Like that's going to be on my checklist. I want to get a festival down the books, and then I've basically done everything. So
That's pretty cool.
yeah,
We've done a gym together.
yeah, we did a gym. That was
Gym,
fun.
what, F45 or
Exo Fitness in Forestfield.
did you have to get up and like be there by 6 a.m. or?
Right, I caught like 2 hours of sleep for
Oh,
that
yeah.
gig.
Yeah.
We were cooked. Like, it was the day before when you played at Rapture.
Oh yeah.
It was when you played at Rapture, so I stayed up till like 5 a.m. I was chatting shit with you, and I got home, and I went to sleep, and then woke up at 7 because the gig was at 9. And then after the gig, she took me fucking shopping. You took me grocery shopping for your food because we went in
Sam goes
one
home
car.
like-
By the way, we went in one car. I'm holding that over your head,
Sitting there with sunnies on, like, leave me alone.
No, the
bro.
podcast
I may as well have been sleepwalking, man. It was that bad. I was cooked.
I'm sorry, I gotta quickly grab this.
Bro, you said sorry more times than I could read like 20 books. Like, you apologize.
Shopping.
I can't believe you made me go food shopping. I ate like a shit ton of food though, so it was kind of worth it. But yeah, oh my god.
No, that's fair. That's fair. But then, so you guys do you guys want to do birthdays, functions, weddings, or just
house
nightclubs?
parties we
House
do.
parties,
Yeah,
pubs,
I'll do-
bars.
Yeah.
like-
Fair few house parties.
yeah. But do you want to do like the other side of DJing, or do you want to like hone in and focus on like the bass and like the nightclubs and everything?
Well, at first it was kind of just like a take any gig you can get kind
Yeah.
of thing, but then
Yeah,
Yeah,
you get more reserved after a while, right?
yeah,
You're
I
like,
mean, like, not even. Yeah, I guess it's just more like I'm not too good at like mixing more commercial stuff.
yeah,
you
it's
know,
practice. Yeah.
Yeah, like I've done gigs like I was doing Magnet for a while where it was like bass house, UKG,
Yeah.
and I loved it. It was good fun, but it's not really my. I don't know how to explain.
Yeah, it's
it,
not
like-
your vibe in a way.
Yeah. So it got to the point where I was like, I'll do a gig like if it's drum and bass because that's where I can kind of get on stage and I'm like, fuck yeah, like I can do
Yeah.
what I want to do.
Well, that's defining your artist in a way,
Yeah.
like your profile almost, because then it's like you are a drum bass DJ, and don't do things that you don't want to do. Like,
Yeah.
I made that mistake where it's like, because I've been a full-time DJ for like 9 years, but DJing for 11 and a half years. But like, now that I've got 2 jobs, now I can be very picky with the gigs, and I just want to do pubs and bars.
Yeah.
But like what I was saying about weddings and stuff, I could tell that wedding was going to be a shit show.
Yeah.
But I was like, I need the money. All right, I'll do it. And like, what is this bit of paper? Like, but it happens, and it's like some people love weddings and they just want to keep doing all the weddings and do this and do that.
Yeah.
But then some people just want to do nightclubs. You know, I just
Yeah.
want to do pubs and bars.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like finding your niche and loving it. It's the same thing with like what we were talking about before about finding your sound as well.
Yeah.
It's like you got to find what resonates with you and then stick with it and keep going with it. Doesn't mean why not. Yeah.
I would love to do a UKG or bass house set, like at some point in the near future. But
Yeah.
no, I love it. Like, cause I started off with bass house,
Yeah.
like bass house, UKG, house, stuff like that. But it's also not really. I'm more known for drum and bass.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'll do it, but it won't get the numbers down as much as doing drum and bass.
But see, that's the thing is like you could focus on drum and bass, then in 2 years, 3 years after like you've established it, then you can do like an alternate alias in a way.
Yeah.
Because it's like with what was that guy? He was the dubstep DJ and he used to come here all the time, and then he did his hip hop thing.
Oh, hip hop.
Who was it? And he was like,
Getter.
yeah, Get Up. That's it. Yeah. And he did his Terror Reid thing.
Yeah.
But then people didn't really receive that well, unfortunately.
He didn't. They didn't receive well to Terror Reid.
No, have you guys seen it?
I've seen a lot of his stuff.
They were like,
Yeah.
look up Terror
Friend.
Reid, booed on stage.
Oh, you got booed on stage?
Yeah, not even kidding. Yeah, he got booed on stage because it wasn't long after he made Terror Reid, right? And then because people were like, sweet, we're going to go see Getter. And then they go there and it's all hip hop.
Oh, shit.
And then they were like, this is what we sign up for. We want Getter. And he's like, nah, I'm playing my other stuff. It says Terror Reid on the bill. Like, it's not Getter.
You'd think, yeah.
But then, yeah. This was ages ago. This is years ago. This is before COVID. You might be able to find it if you keep doing some digging.
So maybe on the short.
But it could work out well. Could work out really well. But then, yeah, so...
Oh,
you found it? Maybe? No?
no.
Oh, well. Don't worry about it. But then...
Should be right.
So then with your production then, Andrew, like, so you've been playing the piano for a long, long time. But then, like, how was it diving into production, making dubstep and that filthy drum song you made before?
Thanks. Yeah, no, I mean, I've been doing production for about, I'll say 2 years now consistently.
Yep.
On and off, it's been, like, obviously we start on GarageBand.
Yeah.
Banger.
Can't go wrong, bro.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
So it all
Exactly.
starts.
Yeah, I remember watching like a YouTube video on like how to copy like Marshmallow Alone or some shit. Like make a cover of it, dude. I can't, like it was like yesterday, dude.
I used to just go through all the inbuilt like samples.
Oh
of
yeah,
GarageBand and
dude.
just,
I
like,
used to do
drag
that as
stuff
well,
out.
bro. It was
All
so
the loops
fun.
and samples.
So
Fun little fact. Do you guys know Justice at all? You ever heard of them? So Justice uses GarageBand.
Really?
That's how they make their music. Justice is
Really?
like one of the
Wow.
pioneers of electronic music in
wow.
2010s.
And they use GarageBand.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep, they use GarageBand. And it's a similar thing as well, like so FL Studio. So
Yeah.
Afrojack, Martin Garrix, Carl Cox all use FL Studio.
I use FL Studio.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's it. But then everyone's always like, no, Ableton's the way to go. And it's like, it's music.
I think
Just make
it's
music.
each to their own. Like
I wish I had FL.
you wish.
Yeah.
It's never too late to swap, bro. We're convinced him right now on this podcast.
No, but so much on Ableton.
Yeah.
The thing is, Ableton definitely has like better built-in plugins.
Yeah.
Like you can do, but with FL, like you kind of just.
It's just a different format. That's
It
why I
is,
look
yeah,
at it.
yeah.
It's personal preference at the end of the day,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Like,
Yeah.
I like the first thing I looked up was like Doors and FL Studio was the first thing to come up. So I was like, do you know what? Fuck it. It's reliable. Let's work with it.
Similar thing. Like, I actually, does anyone else want any more wine as well?
Oh,
No, I don't drink.
Pass it around.
You guys are so
Proudly
excited.
sponsored by
No
Margaret River Wine.
hesitation.
Wait for that question. Nah.
But it's like Apples and Samsungs almost. It's
Yeah.
like,
Jeez, dude.
hold your camera.
Have the whole bottle, why don't you?
Nah.
Have the whole bottle, man.
There you go. You driving? You'll be right.
Don't encourage him.
But
Mental gamble next.
But that's it, and I do agree. It's like Ableton. I reckon Ableton is like more refined, more professional,
Yeah.
the whole lot. But FL Studio is more like it's just the other side of it in a way.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I just use Tractor. Say, for example, I only use Tractor. But then I can use Pioneer equipment. But then it's like, if someone was going from Pioneer to Tractor, they wouldn't really know how to do it. Similar thing, if I go from Tractor to Pioneer, I know how to do it because of all the years of practice. But I'm not good at it.
Yeah, of course.
I haven't got the practice behind it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So it's just, doors being doors in a way. So.
That's like with mixing. I actually started on Serato.
Really?
And I was like, I gotta get off that because.
Yeah, but see, some people love Serato, and like I've met a dude who's like, nope, I'm staying with Serato, and no one can convince me otherwise. I'm like, okay, all right, you do you.
Yeah, but like, what they do when they get on CDJs, like.
Yeah, they
that's
just
the
take their
thing.
laptop and plug it in sometimes.
Yeah, true.
See, for me, I just take my equipment everywhere I go.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's why I don't really do club gigs, because it's just the CDJs there. But if I go to like a Peach Pit or something, I can literally go, I'm taking those CDJs down and put mine up.
Yeah, shout out to Taylor at Peach Pit.
Such a legend.
Toilet break?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to finish that glass. Yeah, you did. And that whole glass is sitting there for you.
Blood smaller than a nut, dude. Far out.
Have you guys got any gigs coming up at all?
Right now, for me, no. I'm kind of more in like that production and like building the businesses side of things for myself. So I've just kind of been like doubled down on those.
Yeah.
Other than that, if anything comes up, then I'll definitely like jump on it and see how we go from there. So.
Yeah. What about you, Sandy?
I'm a resident for All Time No Money.
Yep, so you got that
Cherry
coming
Bomb.
Yeah. Oh, for Cherry Bomb as well.
Yes, and
That's
then sometimes for OSNAP as well.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah,
So you rotate between those.
very
That's
much
good.
So, very much so.
That's awesome.
Which is great.
What about you, Kai? Have you got anything coming up?
I've got a gig on the 9th of November, I think it is.
Yeah.
At Top Floor in Mandurah.
Ah, sweet.
With Kusho, Don Darko, and then Captain Bass is headlining. So
Captain Bass? Can we Google Captain Bass?
No
That's
way.
Captain Bass is sick. So he makes. Have you heard of like Primate? Any of those kind of artists?
Now, see, that's the thing is like, I haven't dived into the bass music in a long time. Like I do, but it's so hard to keep up to date with all the new artists and this and that. Like I mainly play like I have to be honest, 60s to like now, but it's just classic sing-alongs, rock and roll, commercial, whatever it is. Like. I have to play ABBA every Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But it keeps the girls happy, so...
That's what matters, man. I get you.
When I was in Bali at Finn's Beach Club, I was singing louder than any girl in that. I was loving it.
What, give me a man, or...
I could imagine him singing that,
I was loving it in Bali, a bit of commercial music, but...
Yeah. How was Finn's Beach Club? I have to ask, because apparently it's so expensive.
It is ridiculously expensive, but...
Finn's? Like, from what I've been told, it's like the more you spend, then they'll pick you up and put you into like a different spot.
Yeah.
So it's like you'll start off like a little shitty spot away from the stage or whatever. But if you spend like $400, then you move to another spot or something. Is that
right.
true?
So I'm not too sure about that, but because last time I went there, my friend's mum's mate had been working like for promotions and stuff for them for about 20 years or something.
Oh wow!
So she got us all VIP wristbands and stuff.
That's sick. All right.
The time before, I've been there once before, and I seen Skrillex there. That was insane.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
It was like a massive pool party. It was one of the coolest things I've ever been to.
Yeah, Skrillex at a pool party in Bali.
Just after he came out with that track Rumble.
Oh really? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I heard that and I was just like, yeah. I was loving it.
Flynn's playing.
That is so impressive though. Like you got to go there for like VIP and then get to hang out and just like, you know what? I don't have to spend any money. Like VIP.
Nah. So you still spend. I think you get discounted drinks, but I think anyone can go as VIP. You just got to pay a little bit extra.
Ah, okay. It's one of those things.
She got us all the wristbands anyway, so it's pretty wicked.
That's really cool. That's really.
But
really cool.
it's wicked. Bali's sick. That's one thing I wish we had in Perth is like day clubs and stuff.
Yeah.
But we just I don't think we have the weather for it and stuff. No. So on and off.
But the other thing as well is like we don't have the population. This is why like it sucks a bit, but it's also really good because it's like, you know, you guys are in the industry now, right?
Yeah.
But then if you guys keep at it in 5 years, who knows what's going to happen to the industry, right? But if you stick
100%.
around, then you become a local, and then you become like, you know, part of the furniture almost.
Yeah.
And then you can just see where it takes you from there, almost, in a way.
Yeah.
Because, like, when I was younger, one of my uni friends was like, no, dude, you got to come to Melbourne. I'm like, if I go to Melbourne, then I have to start again with everyone else and probably not have gigs. Like,
Yeah.
have to like email, message people, try and sort things out. But I might get a gig a month or something.
Yeah.
Instead of every Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
But to be fair, you also have the knowledge on how to get there because you've been in the industry in another
That's
area,
true.
right? So
Yeah.
It's a networking.
yeah, I like that one. Yeah.
glass half full, baby.
That's the thing, though. I think taking leaps at stuff can go bad, but usually, like, if you take a leap at something and full commit to it, it's usually going to go well. Like,
See, what I've always done is that, like, I'll go and play a gig or play a set and say something happens or, like, meet someone or meet some new managers or staff, whatever. All it is, like, I'll go home and I kind of just meditate before I actually go to sleep, like, wind down. Because, like, that's something I want to dive into is, like, mental health and also, like, loud noises. Because, like, you know, whenever I used to go to Capitol and then be there until 4 a.m., 5 a.m., I was like, I'd go home, my ears would be ringing and I wouldn't sleep until, like, 8 a.m., 9 a.m. But I'd be sitting there laying and just thinking about what happened. And the way I've always thought about things is like, you know, there's so many doors, but they're all closed. But then if a door starts slightly opening, don't kick the door open because it could end badly.
Yeah.
So you rock up and boot the fucking door open and like, who's this guy? But if it's like you see the door slowly opening, it's like, maybe if I go down that pathway, where could that take me in a way?
Yeah, 100%.
Because it's all an adventure at the end of the day. We're playing music.
Yeah,
we're making
100%.
people dance. We're hanging out, having fun. Like, in 20 years, 30 years, you look back and be like, listen to this fat song that I made. Like, it's so
100%.
filthy. Your grandkids will be like, what is this noise? Like, we listen to this like
100%.
high-pitched stuff now.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna have kids and I'm gonna do stank faces as their first reaction to my fucking tracks. Go crazy.
But so how have you guys found it though as well? Like late nights, partying, drinking, being part of the scene. It's all a balance, right? But at the same time, it's like when you're young, why not? Like just have as much fun as you can, right? But then if you're playing from like, what was it, 2 a.m. to 2:40, and then by the time you got home and like sat down and, you know, had a shower and stuff, probably would have been 4 a.m., right?
It's hard. It's good, but it's hard.
Yeah.
It's good, but it's hard. Like, you kind of get used to it. I've always been a night owl.
Yeah.
So I bartend.
That's all good.
I do bartending as my other job.
Really?
So most nights I don't get home till after midnight.
Yeah. Whereabouts do you bartend?
Over in Hillary's.
Okay, nice, yeah.
So like next to Bar 1, which is...
It's not the Breakwater, is it?
No. It's across from Breakwater.
Okay.
But
No, it's
there's
the other one.
pretty much every night there's a new story to tell.
I'll get the name of this venue, don't worry about it. But yeah, it's all good.
It's pretty hard. Like doing hospitality and DJing at the same time is very hard. Because when I first started off, I was working Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and there'd be all these events on that I need to go to and like, you know, kind of show my face and meet people. But
So were you actually like working and then going out after?
yeah. So
And then,
like
you'd be
me
tired.
and Andrew did a gig the other night. Oh, not the other night.
The other night.
It was a couple months ago now. But he was like, "Oh, do you want to go back to back with me at Paramount?" And I was like, "I'm working till 12:30, 1 in the morning." And he's like, "Oh, you can make it. It's at 2."
Yeah, it's only Hillary's.
What?
It's only 40 minutes.
I think it was like you finished work at 11. It started at 12 to like 1, and then
music.
and then
No,
we went.
no. I finished at 12 and the gig was at 12:30. So I
shit.
clocked off and I
Just got in the
raced
car, sprinted,
straight there, and
Yeah.
I ended up getting there somehow, and it ended up actually being a really good night.
That's sick.
It's
Because I was
crazy.
just there and
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, I've got my USB, like I've just came out of work, like let's just fucking see how it goes.
Yeah, just go get in.
And it
there,
actually ended up being really good, but yeah, it is pretty stressful, like working hospitality and DJing at the same time.
And I can imagine if like you're trying to book a gig, then you have to tell work and be like, I can't do 23rd of November or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And that's where like it's difficult because like over the years I've had something similar where I've been offered work and then I've been like I can't because then how do I take it off to go work on Friday, Saturday, Sunday doing the music? Like
100%.
it's difficult. But if you can find that balance, or you can find a really good boss, sets everything good.
There's this new venue manager at my work, and she's like a fucking legend. And she just like, because I told her about my situation, I was like, yeah, you know, this and this, and she's like, yeah,
Yep.
all good. And she put me on like pretty much I get my weekends off now, which is like
That's great.
Amazing.
Hospitality and you get your weekends off is almost unheard of.
It's almost,
Unless you're working
it's
at
a
like
blessing.
a restaurant somewhere.
Yeah, pretty much. Because like I told her my whole situation, like I pretty much trauma dumped on her, and I was like,
I'm the new manager
office.
too.
yeah.
You walk in the office, you start bawling your eyes out. I'm going to do the DJing. It's my life.
Like, I literally no, it was awesome. I was like, look, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be a dickhead, but this is what I do, and and she was like, yep, no worries, like
That's
you get all your
perfect.
weekends off.
Oh.
That's perfect.
And honestly, like I don't know how it happened, but it worked out perfectly to the
That's
point
so
where now
good.
like I can work all during the week, like bartending and stuff, and then on the weekend it's like I can do what I need to do, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which is sick, but like,
well, it's good because you can literally focus on it. Because I've started a day job probably like end of last year, and honestly, like, I've never had a day job where I'm working like Monday to Thursday, and then I get my Fridays off. But I'm doing like 4:45 a.m. wake ups or 5:45 a.m. wake ups.
Jeez.
But then like, because I do emergency services, but I've had that realization now. It's like, how the hell does anyone get anything done?
yeah,
It's like you literally like, because I'm doing 10-hour shifts.
yeah.
And then doing 10-hour, 12-hour shifts, and you get home and you just go straight to sleep.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't want to work on music, I'm tired. I just
Yeah.
want to sit down and do nothing.
Yeah.
But then it's like, when you've got that free time, you've got your weekends, you've got little bits of time whenever you can make it, and focus on, making a hobby or a passion into a profession. Honestly,
100%.
that's the
Yeah.
pathway.
Because they pretty much put me on Monday to Friday, 12 to 10.
Yeah.
So it's like I wake up at 11. Like I'm not an early bird.
No, that's the way
I've
to
never
do
been
it.
a
I
morning
miss
person.
that.
So I wake up at like 11, go to work, and then I'll have a few drinks after work. And by the time I get home, it's midnight.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, fuck. Like, what do I do? Like, I just want to go to bed, but then I've got to do this and this.
Yeah.
Just
It's prioritising.
Snapchatting me your new songs.
Yeah.
Check this out, guys. It's 4 a.m.
Yeah, 'cause
I'm not asleep, dude.
I've really been trying to like focus on producing recently, but it's hard.
These
It's
guys been
so
helping you?
hard. Yeah, no, these guys have been really helping me,
That's
but it's
good,
like it's hard. It's really
It's a
hard.
complete different kettle of fish, isn't it?
I think it's
100%.
just one of those things that takes time.
Yeah.
That's the only
Yeah.
way to explain it. Like,
Yeah. Well, it's like an instrument. You can pick up a guitar, but you don't know how to play the guitar,
Exactly.
right?
Start is always
yeah.
the difficult, man. Like, it's the hardest part is like the first 6 months, and then once you get it down, it's like rolling a ball down a hill. It's like
That's it, yeah.
it starts building up, and you start to know more, and your kind of creativity and your flow kind of kicks in a bit more because you know what you want to do and what kind of sound you want to make, and it just kind of builds. So.
Have you
But
guys-
I'm a fuckwit. Like
I know you are. Sorry, you didn't even need to tell me that. I knew. I knew, man.
I'll be like, oh yeah, let's make a song, and I'll end up coming up with this most stupid shit, and I end up sending it to these guys, and I'm like, hey, like I've made this, like, and they're like, bro, that's fucking dumb.
Yeah, but
Come with the stupidest
But at
shit.
least it's something, though. It's a start, though.
Yeah.
you're doing
we're slowly
something, and that's what matters, you know.
Yeah, we're
you got,
slowly getting there.
Have you got Splice at all?
I do, I do.
See, my missus just recently, like, she's only been producing music for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
being able to use Splice and just
Yeah,
throw everything
Drag and
together-
drop, yeah.
Yeah, drag and drop. And she's making some
100%.
cool shit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like when she's going to SAE next year, I've told her, it's like, make all these songs in Splice.
Yeah.
And then when you go to SAE, recreate them actually using like proper instruments, or not proper instruments, but like Serum or Nexus or other plugins or synths or anything like that.
One of the things that I found that was actually really helpful is I've seen a lot of people like download project files, so they have like the whole like thing of like one track personally, and then they kind of rewire it to what they want to make.
Okay.
So that's something that you're able to like figure out. Okay, how do they make this sound? What they do here? How do they make their drum like so punchy or?
So you're saying like getting like the project file, say Martin Garrix's Animals.
No, I'm saying like if you see a project file of a track that you really like and you're able to get that or like buy it or something, then buy it, look into it, figure out how you can make it into your own sound, and that's usually what helps the creativity process. Like if you're like in a mind block or like a creativity block, that's usually what really helps me get through that, if not just making a fucking completely different track or being halfway through it like our 150 songs.
Yeah.
But that is usually what helps me get past like writer's block and things like that, is finding tracks that have already been made and rewiring them.
Yeah.
So yeah, really helpful for me.
What are you looking up, Kieran? You're looking up.
Everyone used to sell them.
Ewan used to sell his project files.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Really?
All right. Well, there you go.
Nice.
Damn, you just topped it up again. Shit.
Yeah,
you topped me up. You guys want any more?
I don't drink.
Over here drinks it all. There is. Yeah, there's water there if you want some. But,
I'm good for now.
so whilst I'm there, we go.
Fair enough.
Yeah, do you want the rest, Sam?
I just want a little bit.
You may also have the rest. There's not much in there.
So Kai,
Nah, I'm all good.
do you have any like any tips for new people starting out producing or anything like that at all as well? Or?
I think one of the most helpful things for me has been like it's always easy when someone sends you music, you're always like, oh yeah, that's such a sick song, I rate it. But I've got certain people that every time I send music to them, they love drum and bass. Like, they don't even produce it themselves, but they know just as much about it as I do. And I'll send my music to them, and not once will they ever tell me like what's good about the track. They'll just tell me what they don't like about it, which is super helpful, because you need those people that like you can send off music to, and they'll give you like in-depth feedback, like, you know what I mean? It's not just like, oh yeah, that's such a sick track, man, I like it. Getting that good feedback that's like, oh, this drum sounds a little quiet here, or this part of the song needs changing, like that's what helps as well. Even you can go onto people's Patrons and like subscribe for like $10 a month, and there's big producers you can send your music to them and they'll give you in-depth feedback on it.
Really, through Patreon as well.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's a really good idea. Yeah, I've seen a lot of it.
Because then like $5 a month, $10 a month, or whatever it is, then if you get 10 people, that's 50. Well,
yeah.
Close enough.
Do you know who has a really sick
maths.
Patreon? Is, you know, what's his name? Amanu or whatever? Amanu,
Yeah.
His Patreon is sick. I only joined recently, but he's got a lot of helpful
Ray
stuff.
Volpe's got a really good one as well.
Pull these up. So Manu, like
Imanu, how do you spell it? It's like
IMANU.
He's a fucking legend. He's such
Good
Is he
bloke.
based in Perth?
Yeah.
Or?
No.
Okay.
Where is he based?
I don't even know. I think I want to say like America, because he has an American accent, like. But he's such a nice guy.
Look at that. That's really cool. So what do you get for the packages?
So like,
Kieran, can you read them out if you want?
There's some people that do like actual like one-on-one productions as well. So like you can get in a video call with them, show off a track or some shit, and you can like have an hour figuring out what you like or how to make that sound proper from actual like professionals that are like up there too, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's amazing.
so with him, you need to be paying $21 a month, but then you get in-depth feedback on your music, which is good.
Yeah.
But
It's pretty worth it for the amount that you're putting in as well, though, I would say, personally.
Well, that's the biggest thing about it as well. It's like Rome wasn't built in a day, but it did take a while, right? But that's
it got
not
there,
like,
though.
and it fell in a day, though. But that wasn't. What I wanted to say is like, you have to like, if you want to make money, you have to spend money. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But then it's like, if it's not like it's with music. It's not so much you want to make money, but it's like having something like this at your disposal, where you could pay this guy $21.50 Australian a month and get that positive reinforcement of being like, let's fix this up, or maybe this needs help, or can I show you how to do this, or someone professional, like you said. That's amazing. Having these tools around is perfect.
That's what's so good about going into the industry nowadays, is that especially on the internet, you have so much access to everything coming in at once. So like you could literally look up like YouTube videos on how to do certain things and it would show up. You could look up how to get like certain project files. You can look up like how to collaborate with artists that like use Ableton, you use FL or some shit. Like access is unlimited to kind of what you want to create. Like the world's your oyster, more or less.
Yeah, that's it.
Which is what's so cool about it in comparison to like 10 years ago. So yeah, because everything was very different.
It was very
different.
Very, very different.
So,
but it is just amazing how it's like everything is just so like it's easy to access, but you just have to find the right groups, find 100%. The right channel, and then like once you start going down that tunnel, like that funnel, or
when you're in the rabbit hole, dude.
Yeah, the rabbit hole. That's what I was looking for.
I got you. we'll finish our sentences next.
But yeah, so then that was a really good point that you made, Kai, because like I didn't realize that was a thing. That's really cool.
Yeah,
it is. It's awesome.
What about like starting a track? Like, what would you guys say for like inspiration, like when you go to create a song?
Actually, Trade, what do you start your tracks with?
Splice. That's usually the go-to. Like, if I either start with like a reference track, so like I go onto a track that I really like and I see what kind of style I can make it into for my own. If not, if I find like a really cool like vocal, a certain like flow to a track, like for example with trap music, you'd hear like really cool flows with like drums or just melodies, etc. You want to kind of replicate it, or you want to figure out your own style with it.
Yeah,
that's usually what I kind of work off of. But yeah, like I said, project files are usually the way to go to. So reference track, project file, finding a really cool flow style, they'll get you. So yeah.
What about with DJing? Would you guys have any like tips or tricks of like how you guys would encourage new people to get into the scene or learn DJing? Or
you want to answer that, Sandy?
Hang out with some DJs. It's free. Like, these guys, they're free lessons.
You're treating me like a prostitute right now.
That's crazy.
No, like you're saying, like you have DJ friends. Definitely hang out with them. Like they'll teach you anything. Like even with Ollie, I'm bad at doing like DJ with 3C DJs, but he's teaching me, and I'm like, holy shit, this is actually pretty easy.
Nah, but the thing is I've had like a lot of people text me and be like, especially after your shot this weekend, a lot of people have texted me being like, oh, I'm stressing out, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And the thing is with DJing is like, you're going to freak out before your set, and a lot of people don't realize that. You know what I mean? So it's like,
I've said it so many times on the podcast, but it's like you need to throw yourself in the deep end.
Exactly.
If you throw yourself in the deep end, the next time you do it, it won't be nearly as bad.
100%.
And that's not doing a wedding, that's doing a club or something like that.
Yeah, because I've had people like before your shot, they've been like, oh, you know, like I'm playing this and I'm freaking out, and I'm like, look, there's nothing I can say to make that better. You're going to have the nerves either way. No matter what you do, you're going to be stressed out. And I've said to them, I've been like, look, as soon as you get up on that stage and you play your first song, all the nerves are going to go away. And a lot of people are like, oh, like, you know, like, I don't think I'm built for this. I don't, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, look, it doesn't matter if you're built for it or not. If you want to do this, you're going to have to go through the stress leading up to it, because that's all it is, you know, like the first half an hour of when you're about to hop up on stage and you're freaking out. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to freak out. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, it's like the what ifs almost. It's like you kind of get almost wrapped up in your own mind. Like, oh my God, what happens if I stuff up? What happens if the deck crashes? What happens if an emergency loop happens? What happens if they don't like it? But you just go up there and go, you know what? Like, I've always had that mentality that it's like, I can just go up on stage and go, I'm just going to have fun.
Exactly.
That's the way you got to do it, because
that's all that it,
people don't realise stuff-ups. Like, unless the music stops for a full second, they won't notice.
Yeah.
And then if you make a mess up or a little scratch or you do something happens, like, people don't even notice, because they're usually plastered. You know? They're usually off their trolley, right?
If you know how to play it off as well, that's usually what works really well.
That's
like, if you make a massive ass mistake, then play it off like you're meant to do it, then people will react.
And I feel like, especially like your shot, like to do with your shot, like they judge people when you fuck up.
How you recover.
It's all about how you recover. Yeah.
Because that's what I want to
you will actually get points up from fucking up and making it better.
That does make sense though, because then it's like it's a recovery.
Because like I know a lot of people that did your shot and they're like, oh yeah, like, you know, this and that, and they do their set and they fuck up a few times and they're like, you know, oh, like I did this, I did that, and I'm like, look, you did your set, you had fun, you did what you want to do, you played the songs that you want to do.
That's it.
That's how people recognize you. But then there's people out there that are like, oh, I fucked up on this one song, and I'm like, dude,
No one's gonna
overthinking
remember.
it.
Yeah.
Because everyone overthinks their sets. Like,
Oh, yeah.
especially when you're starting off. Like, I remember my first set at Magnet where I was almost throwing up. Like, I was so nervous. And I got up there and I was like, I'm just going to play what I like playing. And everyone, people liked it.
Do you want to know a fun little fact, you guys? So Alice in Wonderland, when she did her first Australian tour, right, she came up to Perth, she threw up in the ice bucket at Capitol. She was so scared of going on stage
Wow.
in front of, like 100 people, 200 people, 300 people, how many people you can fit in Capitol.
Wow.
She got stage fright and threw up in the ice bucket. So then I couldn't get a beer. That's it. I'm like,
Beer man.
but that's the thing, though, right? Is that's Alice in Wonderland, and she's now playing things like not
Massive festivals.
huge
Yeah, yeah.
festivals,
Yeah.
massive festivals,
I
to
think-
thousands of people.
Yeah. But back to what I was saying before, like,
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest things that you can do when you're starting out DJ is I always would set myself like a few goals at a time,
Yeah.
and just like you can't just you can't just get a DJ board and go straight to doing chops and blends and all that sort of
Yeah.
stuff. You got to learn everything step by step, otherwise if you skip steps that
Yeah.
comes back to you, you know what I mean? And like, yeah, one thing that I've always done, and I still do it now, I've got a list in my room of goals that I wanted to achieve by the end of 2024. Always setting yourself goals and having goals to reach for
Yep.
is always like the best thing that's helped me, I find, because like,
It's the way
yeah,
to do it. I do
it is.
agree.
Yeah.
And like what
life's
you said,
boring without goals, like.
that's it. And what you
Honestly.
said in the beginning as well, it's like you kind of just bought the DJ equipment and you
Yeah.
just sat there and learnt it yourself.
Yeah.
Like if I was to teach anyone, I'm going to teach my missus how to DJ soon, but
Yeah.
I'm basically just going to say like, look, here it is, it's plugged in, it's ready to go. I'll come back in a couple of hours and I want you to teach me, just show me what you know on it.
Yeah.
Because then if I leave her to her own devices and then like I'll show her the basic little bits, I've just like, this is how you select a song, this is the volume, this is the crossfader, this and that. Then when I come back, then I'll be like, okay, well you've learnt this, and this. Now I can show you how to do this, and this.
Yeah.
Because it's like what you said as well. It's like checklists. Well, not checklists, but it's like you have a list of goals, a list of things you want to do.
Yeah.
But if you want to learn an instrument, you gotta pick it up and learn it
100%.
yourself in a way. Like,
Yeah, I've tried to teach. Oh, sorry.
no.
I've tried to teach a few people.
I
how to
always
teach.
did it.
I know.
I was hesitant.
Yeah.
I wanted to do it. But yeah, sorry.
No,
Yeah.
I've tried to teach a few people how to DJ before, and it's like if you're not fully committed to it, then you're never going to learn anything. If
Yeah.
you're always half committed, it's sometimes you feel like you're talking to a brick wall. You're like, oh, this does this and that, blah blah blah, and then they'll do it, and then 10 minutes later, like everything you've just told them has gone straight out of their head, you know.
But that's
So
where
it's
the
like-
passion of music
yeah,
comes
exactly.
from. Yeah.
If you don't have that passion, then there's no point in learning it.
Did you pour too big of a glass?
I think I bought a fair few fucking bit.
He's already sounding drunk. He's struggling to pour it.
Hey, he overfills that one as well.
So going back
At least it's
to
good for
wine.
him.
That's fair. Honestly, I had a big break from wine after my goon stage.
You know what?
Always a wine, man.
I've just never got into wine. I can't do it.
I love red wine now. I just can't go back to like cheap wine.
Nah.
Yeah.
But what was I going to say before? Oh, the checklist. Yeah, having that bucket list, so important for new DJs, new people breaking the scene, because you got to have goals and achievements.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, if you played at a festival, then you would say like you've played at what you would say is like all the events that you would like to, not the events, but like the categories almost.
The categories, and
Yeah.
then it's just kind of building off of that.
Exactly.
I guess, for me personally.
But then, like, a festival can turn into a bigger festival. Can turn into an interstate festival.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you have to start small. And, like,
Yeah.
I got taught this right at the beginning is the hop, skip, jump theory. So it's like
right.
you can be hopping and, you're in the scene and you're getting a few gigs doing this, doing that. But then when you're skipping, that's when it's like you might be, I don't know, depending on what your goals are, but you might be travelling over east to do gigs in Melbourne. And then when you're jumping, it's when you don't even have to look for gigs. People just email you and be like, we want to book you for Amsterdam or something like that.
yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
Martin Garrix is jumping because he's already made it. He's up in the sky in the clouds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's that hop, skip, jump theory of like
Of course.
building up what you're doing.
Yeah, 100%.
How have you guys found social media creation and like posting and videos and pictures and mixes and just like I got told this right in the beginning when I first started diving into the Perth scene, like into the professional scene in a way and playing actual gigs and stuff. But like one of my best mates told me that you got to run a business. You got to be a marketing agent. You got to be a manager. You got to do your accounts, your tax. You got to do events. You got to do graphic design. You got to do all these different things to be able to go, this is my DJ profile, or this is who I am.
Yeah, well, they basically tick all of those boxes, those two.
What do you mean?
Well, how have you guys found it?
Easy if you know what you're doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's hard to know what you're doing sometimes.
When you organise, you gotta. I'm bad with invoices. Let's just say I forget, and I'm to the point. Oh, don't even worry about paying me because it's just.
You gave up on the invoice.
Yeah, because it's way months ago that gig.
Oh, bro.
I'm like,
Do you guys want to know something? Just before we keep going on this, do you guys want to know something really funny?
Yeah, go on.
yes,
So,
go for it.
I locked myself out of Photoshop. So I use Photoshop for my invoices, right? I've been using Photoshop since the beginning. I don't know, but I just enjoy using Photoshop, right?
Okay.
I locked myself out of Photoshop. So I've been sending JPEG images to my businesses.
Far out.
Yeah, I know.
Dude.
I was like, let's see if this will work. And I actually got paid. I was like,
I'm glad you got paid, but jeez,
so
dude.
funny though, because it's like you see the invoice and it all looks proper, right? But then what I've done is I've gotten Paint. I've opened up MS Paint.
Yeah, right.
I've like cut out the number and the hours, and then I've just like put a text little box, and it's not even the
What do
right
I feel like you
font.
just like hand drawn over it?
Oh my
It's not
God.
even the right
Like, that's
font.
it. Oh.
I know, see, that's how much I was laughing the other night. I was thinking like, fuck, I shouldn't be doing this, but they're paying me.
Hey, if you get paid, who cares what it
Yeah.
looks like, man? Like,
JPEG,
as long as
not
you get
a
the money.
PDF. This guy.
can vouch on
Yeah,
that.
so
But yeah, so I just wanted to throw that in there. So do PDFs. Like if you're gonna send invoices to businesses, don't do JPEGs.
Yeah,
Don't do it on MS Paint. Because it's not professional.
Good idea.
Yeah.
so I've never even
Use
invoiced
Canva.
anyone for one of my gigs yet.
Canva's not too bad.
I haven't
for it.
sent through an invoice. I need to start doing it, but
Trust me, like talk to these guys, but do PDFs.
Yeah.
I've just not even
PDFs,
been
man.
bothered about getting
You can
paid.
lock
Like,
out.
Oh no, I've got the
Use
CDs
Canva.
now.
Oh, you got them?
I've
Okay.
got it all now, but I
Yeah.
had 3 invoices of MS Paint JPEGs.
Yeah.
And it was funny because I have to say, like, so I work at this place called Long Chim's. It's like a really upper class place, but with doing that, right, I sent them the JPEG and they actually emailed me back and said their system doesn't handle photos. But they've changed it now so it accepts photos, and I'm like, yes, I'm winning. I'm going to send you all the JPEGs. But yeah, so.
Saved your
But
time.
how have you guys found it though? Let's jump back to it. So like with the social media and everything like that, like how, because it's a full-time job. It's really a full-time job. It's fun, but it takes forever to do sometimes.
yeah.
If you've got plans, you've got like. And my workflow's like this. I jot down the piece of content because I have like 2 social media accounts that I post like maybe 3-4 times a week on.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. So I usually just plan the content. So figure out what I'm going to be doing like on the Sunday. So like Sundays is planning. Monday it's just like bulking it. And then I use a scheduling app to actually like schedule all the social media so then it uploads and I don't need to stress about it on the day and time.
Organised.
The way to do it though.
It's the way to do it. That's how you like post consistently. That's
Yeah.
what's worked for me. And
I've only discovered that literally like a couple of weeks ago. So I'm doing the
Oh,
social
it's
media
so
for my,
good.
for my
It's-
parents' business, but
Yeah.
doing it through Meta. And then you can just literally go, okay, next week I'm going to make 3 posts on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram, whatever groups it's going to be in. And then just create the post. It's good, yeah.
yeah, as long as you like don't be a perfectionist when it comes to making content either. Like I've seen a lot of people that I've helped with try and create content. They're like, oh, this has to be perfect. If there's like one slight issue, like I got a fucking double chin in the video, right? Like that happens to me all the time. But I don't give a fuck. You just got to put shit out there.
Yeah.
People are there for the content, not to see a fucking double chin.
But that's it. It's just like what we were saying about DJ mixes. Like if you make a mistake, people don't really notice, right?
Exactly.
But then if you notice the double chin, how many people are going to notice the double chin?
Exactly.
Especially if it's in there for like a little split second.
Who cares as well? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like as long as you can organize yourself. Like, I genuinely put like maybe 10 hours a week into doing that, and it's just crazy. What the fuck?
I'm just going for another toilet break.
Again?
Yeah, man.
Finishing
Fuck.
I told you his bladder was a nut, man. Go piss, bro. Go crazy, yeah.
Oh no.
How many glasses of wine has he had?
To drive him home after this.
This is not enough.
This is why you don't drink wine, because I'm telling you, wine's just, you just got to stay away from it.
Well, that's an interesting thing. What's your drink of choice?
Oh,
Like when you're DJing or you're playing out and about, what would be your drink of choice?
Something sweet.
see,
Sweet?
I don't drink before I DJ because I can't handle my alcohol. If you see me on Saturday night after your shot, then
Yeah.
that'll explain it all. But yeah, nah. I reckon vodka Red Bull when you're DJing. You got to have a vodka Red Bull.
Yeah.
That's the way to go.
Spruce you up and then like
Yeah, yeah.
energy and stuff, yeah.
Just 2 drinks to get rid of the nerves, and then no more than that. Otherwise,
You need to go to the bathroom. You need to your set.
Yeah.
The amount of times.
What
Yeah.
about you, Andrew?
I don't drink.
You don't drink? Really?
No, never.
Have you never drank or?
I drank once when I was 18, just a swig, and I just realised it wasn't my thing, and I haven't
That's-
drunk since. So.
That's fair.
Yeah.
My brother, he's been 6 years without alcohol. I think.
Yeah.
And honestly, never look back.
There you go.
Never look back. It's a poison. It's a tasty poison.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I just never saw the appeal, honestly. It was never my thing, so yeah. And actually, no, I was 21 when I like took a swig and then left it. Yeah. But yeah, no, I just never saw the appeal.
That's good though.
So-
That's really good. You didn't get
Especially
hooked into the
yeah.
addiction.
Plus, in this industry, everyone can get hooked into it, and then it fucks you up the next morning when you got
Yeah.
shit to do. So I
I
just
have to
didn't.
say that's very impressive.
Thank you.
Because going out, like, I've been doing this for 11 and a half years, right?
Yeah.
And I've been drinking since I was 18, right?
Damn.
I'm 31 now, almost 32. And, like, I drink all the time, but I've cut back in the last, like, 3 years.
Yeah.
But I have to say, it's like drinking really, really takes its toll. And it is a poison. But at the same time, it's being able to, like, manage it. And I can manage it. When I'm at home, I don't want to drink. But when I go to a gig,
yeah.
and it's like,
100%.
it's one of
Completely
those things.
different, yeah.
It's completely different, but it's like everyone's on a certain level. They're probably on pingers or whatever it is, right? But at the same time, right, it's like you got to try and match that energy.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing. Like, I've mentioned it a few times on the podcast, but like, I love saying this, but Gengar is like episode 43 or 45 or something like that. One of my favorite episodes to talk about, right?
Yeah.
Because he basically said that when you go on stage, right, sometimes you have to put a mask on. Sometimes when you go on stage and you go and play in front of all these people, right, your car could get broken into, you could break up with your missus, someone in your family could pass away, anything could happen. But when you go up and on stage in front of 50 people, 5 people, 100, 1,000, whatever it is, right, you literally have to go, I'm ready to party. I'm ready to get into it. Because if they see that you're not having fun, if the crowd sees that, then they'll be like, what's the point of being here?
Yeah, of course.
You know, it's the
100%.
DJ's just standing there. But like, this is where I've also mentioned a few times in the podcast, like what I will do is because it's all about the atmosphere, it's all about the energy, it's all about, you know, bouncing around, having a great time.
Course.
I'll put a long song on, I'll run to the bar, I'll go get 2 shots of tequila, run back, and then I'll put the tequila song on. So then people literally said, I was like, where
Tequila.
the fuck's the DJ going? He's going to the bar, he's probably getting a drink, then running back with 2 shots. And then like, literally like put the song on, and everyone's just like, the tequila songs come on, and it says go tequila, slam a shot. Yeah, and that's it. And then
That's
everyone's
great.
like, fuck, he's in for a big night. And then they're like, yeah, honestly, 9 times out of 10, when I do that, I will create a dance floor in the first hour.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Not even kidding, because it gives that reputation, that atmosphere, that vibe off in a way.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's where you got to share it.
Yeah.
And that's like what we're talking about with sounds as well. It's like if you have your own distinct sound, but if that sound it makes people groove, then keep going with that sound.
Yeah, 100%.
With your
Of course.
DJ sets, it's like if you go up there and you have like a specific thing or specific track that you could throw in, or one of your own tracks, and people get down to it, keep it going. Keep things like dynamic. But I mean, I've been doing the tequila thing for like 4 years.
If it does the job, it
5
does the
years.
job.
That's
Yeah.
it, yeah. But that's the thing about it. It does the job.
Yeah.
It makes people go, what the hell is he doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it gives off that atmosphere and that vibe. That's why I wanted to mention the drink thing. Because it is like, when we go on stage and we go and play music, we're almost like jesters at like a castle back in the medieval ages or something like that.
Yeah.
Because it's like we're providing the entertainment. If we weren't there, why would people be there?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, you can't go to a nightclub and there's no DJ or entertainment, right? Like,
Yeah.
this is okay. We're going to listen to Dua Lipa or something like that.
Dua Lipa.
I don't know, radio, like...
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, no, it's a little thing I want
Hey,
to...
if it's George FM, I'm not complaining.
George
Yeah,
FM?
that-
Have you heard George FM?
No, can we pull up George
It's
FM?
sick.
What, is it local or...?
No, they're from New Zealand, so you got to stream it online. But
Oh, George FM.
me and all the boys listen to it at work. It's
They're
wicked.
lads,
They
dude.
play like all electronic music. So they play like house music, UKG, drum and bass. Like
That's cool. Can
Yeah,
you
yeah,
favourite
it's
this?
wicked.
Can you put a star on that if that's alright?
Yeah, they're
Like-
awesome.
That's really good because, yeah, well, that's good because I'm kind of over listening to Triple J a little bit.
yeah, well, if you get the George app, you can stream radio channels from all around the world.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think because obviously I work in construction, so I hear there's always a radio next to me.
Yeah.
And I swear every single Perth radio has played the same music for the past.
Oh, they
10
do,
years.
bro.
They do,
That's
yeah.
pop music, though. That's how they always are. Yeah.
Even like Triple M, like they'll play rock music, and I love a bit of rock, like a bit of Chili Peppers and Green Day and all that sort of stuff. But if you're just hearing the same songs every single day, you get over it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
But see, that's what I don't understand though, because that's like, you know, it's something to talk about, but it's like when you weigh up the nightclub industry in Western Australia compared to the pub industry, it's like,
Yeah.
sure, you can go to Magnet on a Wednesday night and you will hear ABBA and all the other commercial tracks, right? Because it's a commercial night.
Yeah.
But you go Jackrabbit Slims, Framework, Inhibit, whatever it is, obviously it's different music, right?
Of course.
But most venues around Perth, they want you to play Dua Lipa and Calvin Harris and all the other stuff. But it's like people just love the same music. They don't like
No.
listening to other stuff. Like when I play Baby by Justin Bieber, it kills me. But at the same time,
Yeah.
The
but
crowd
at the
reacts
same
to it,
time,
yeah.
they react to it.
Yeah.
And that's like, you know, as a job, as a DJ, you got to look around and go, what can I play to get that girl dancing, or that guy, or that couple, or the old people, or whatever it is.
Yeah, what's that one commercial song that's like? There's a joke about it that if someone's always going to ask at every gig. I don't know. I don't DJ commercial,
No.
but I've seen it on Instagram.
Yeah.
There's this one song that apparently is like always requested.
I'm trying to think of it.
There's so many.
Not ABBA.
There's too many, man.
Yeah.
Oh, no, but mentioning
Crazy
ABBA.
Frog.
So
I would request that personally. Yeah.
funny, I have to say. So I've had. Just want to like say, I've had one really funny request. This was years ago, right?
Yeah.
And then it actually happened again. And I was like, how can this happen? I don't understand this, right? So I think it was like maybe 2018 or something like that. Some girl came up, can you play Apple Bottom Jeans by Drake?
Banger.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, and I was like, girl, go back to your friends and find out the name of the song and the artist, and maybe we'll play it. Like, I was polite about it. It was nice. But then she came back and it's like, no, it's low.
Gotta get low,
It's
low,
low
yeah.
by Drake. I'm like, no, they're your friends are pulling the piss out of you now. And then, so not even kidding, 2 weeks ago I had a girl come up, can you play literally Boots with the Fur by Akon?
Oh,
I'm like, I just kind of looked and was like, this is not the first time this has happened. She's like, what do you mean this is not the first time this has happened? Like, girl, nah, come back with Spotify. Like, I'm not playing it. Like,
Nah.
Yeah.
but we ended up playing it, and then she loved it, and she got, you know, she's full of bands and happy and
Yay.
stuff. But that's what I'm saying. Though.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, when did Flow Rider Low come out? Can we please Google it? I think it's like,
2006.
yeah.
If you got the exact
That's-
year.
That's important.
So,
If I get it right, hold on.
Nah, I think you're a bit off. 212.
so if it's-
7.
I was so
Seven?
close.
That's close.
Not close enough.
So what's that? Quick maths, 'cause I'm a little bit tipsy. What's that now?
17 years.
Yeah, I was thinking 17
Damn.
years
That's
old.
so recent.
Boots with the Fur by Akon.
almost as old as me.
Yeah, that's what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. How are you guys finding it, keeping up to date with music these days? Because obviously,
If
everyone's-
if you enjoy music and you've got the time to listen to it, it's piss easy.
Yeah.
For me personally.
how do
yeah.
you discover new music though, or things that you might like?
SoundCloud.
Spotify.
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud for
Spotify?
me.
New
Yeah.
releases.
Yeah.
Free download.
Usually, if you find a song on SoundCloud that you really like, they like put on the side related tracks,
Yep.
and you're able to like rabbit hole down from there. That's how I find a lot of the tracks that I find, and
Yep.
Yeah, they're like, oh my god.
Yeah,
they're really
it's
good.
the way
yeah.
to do it, right? Like
Yeah.
I've always
Stop
like
stations.
that's
Yeah,
it. Song
That's the one.
radios.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
And then just go from there and then like it, make playlists, do this, do that.
Yeah.
I was going to say we've got to wrap up soon, but then Ollie's had a bit too much wine. I want to.
It's probably throwing up in the bathroom, man.
I hope not. I just cleaned it the other week.
Oh no.
You want me to take over? You check on him.
It was fine. And then the
Bring
next
the
minute he's
webcam
Yeah,
gone.
that's it. It was fine. Then he drank his wine, half of the glass.
Bro, he's drunk the majority of the glass, man.
No, he went.
You can see why I don't drink now.
In like 2 minutes.
Has he eaten anything today?
I don't know.
So now we're playing the game Welfare of Ollie. Nah, he'll be all good.
I mean, it's Will. We're
Been
good.
there.
I just wanted to ask, like, one last thing though.
Enlightened.
So one last thing before we end up wrapping this up, but we got to discuss like mental health,
Oh,
Go on.
yeah,
late nights,
100%.
and drinking and partying and this and that. And it's like, so like if you're doing construction, Kai, so what time do you get up? Like,
Oh well, now that I'm working in the city, because I live in our south. Do you know where Secret Harbour is?
oh no way, you live
Yeah,
in
yeah.
So I work at Garden Island.
Yeah, I literally was working there 3 weeks ago.
No shit.
There's heaps of work over there.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're working on the ships, I'll message you because I'm working on Perth and Ballarat now.
Yeah. So I was working on all the accommodation buildings that were going up.
Yeah.
But now I'm at ECU in the city, which is a big building.
Yep.
But it is hard because I wake up at like 4:50, 5 o'clock at the moment.
Yeah.
Strictly start by 6:30, and then 10-hour days. So you get home like in the middle of winter. You leave when it's dark and get home when it's dark.
That's it.
And it's
Yeah.
just like your whole day is wasted. And then if you want to keep up with everyone else, like in the music scene and in the DJ scene, you get home from a 10-hour day and then you got to spend like 4 hours on your laptop. But
It's
that's
difficult,
just
right?
that's just part of it. Like you got to be committed, because if you keep doing it and you keep staying committed to the same goal, all of a sudden you won't be doing those 10-hour days. You'll be doing 10-hour days of music and then get the night off to yourself. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like,
Are you full time or?
yeah, I'm
contract?
full time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm-
Because see, that's where it's like, that's where I've been lucky because I'm contracting. So being able to contract, I can literally just say I can't work Tuesday, I can't work Monday. I can
Yeah,
literally
yeah,
go,
yeah,
I'm
that's me.
DJing Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm definitely not working Monday. Like,
Yeah.
But then I can book that off and it'll actually work out. And it's
That's
like
the
that
way to go.
balance.
Yeah.
It is the way to go, honestly. Because like I was saying earlier, it's like when you work the Monday to Friday, how do you go out on Friday night? How does anyone go out
You just
Friday
do.
night? Yeah, but you just do. You push through it.
Yeah.
But I've never had to experience that until recently, and that's where, like, with the whole mental health thing, it's like I've found that I am actually just tired all
You're just
the
burnt
time.
out.
Yeah, burnt
Oh, yeah.
out or getting burnt out. But it's like balancing and juggling everything.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people don't realize, that it's exactly what we said earlier. It's like if you're gonna do it,
exhausting.
you got to dedicate yourself to music.
Yeah, 100%.
100%. Yeah.
Like a lot of people, I'll never forget this. Right, I knew this guy, and he actually this is years ago. This is probably like 10 years ago, but he bought a brand spanking pair of CDJ 2000 Nexuses and a DJM 700 mixer, Nexus mixer, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And he worked up north, and so I'm not even kidding. 3 months after having it, he was like, "I'm flogging it off now." And I'm like, dude, you just spent $13,000 on
that's
these,
It's
on
Insane
these
amount of
gags.
money.
Too.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Well, I don't like it." I'm
You
like,
haven't touched it.
yeah, it's like these are brand new. Like you do what, 2 weeks on, 1 week off. You come home and like you might play on your decks for a bit, but like I would keep them. Like if you want to practice and learn, keep it as a hobby.
Each your own as well, I guess.
That's
like,
it, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Because life gets different. You know, life gets difficult. Things come and go, and it can get busy. It can get quiet.
Yeah.
The whole lot. But music, you just turn your radio on, right? Or you make playlists on Spotify, or you sit on SoundCloud and keep crate digging and doing this and doing that. It's always going to be there. But it's just like finding the time to work on your passions, your hobbies, the whole lot. But then it's the mental health side of things, like I was saying, like burning out.
Oh, yeah.
And it's difficult.
Yeah.
It is
Course.
very difficult. And then like you know, don't go all in, but at the same time try and find a way, an avenue to be able to focus on both things.
Yeah. 100%.
Even like take
Yeah.
the whole week off.
Yeah.
Like every 3 months, take a whole week off.
Yeah.
And just relax.
That's it. That's it. It can be the way to do it, and just unwind,
Yeah.
kick back, and yeah.
It's all about balance, I guess.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what Bali's for, I'm telling you. Sitting on a beanbag on a bench with a bintang in your hand. Like,
yeah.
there's no better relaxation than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of my lifestyle is work nowadays. Like, I'm very fortunate enough to be running like 2 of my own businesses and have those kind of come off the ground and turn into full-time income.
That's good.
Which is really nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's generally all balance. Like, for me personally, working Friday, Saturday, Sundays doing photo shoots. And what the fuck?
You
Is he
good,
coming?
Ollie?
He's coming. He's shutting the door for us.
You okay?
Oh, it's my brother.
Oh, okay. Close enough. Close
Alright,
enough.
all good. I was about to say, did Ollie just fall?
Oh,
Like, I've
she
never had a
just
guest
ran
fall
off.
over.
Died on
This
set.
podcast like midway through and gone home.
I feel like he might have. He hasn't come back in a while. Oh, God.
First.
I have to say, so I had Brooke Triplet on here a long,
yes.
long time ago, right?
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
funny. It was like a one-on-one conversation. I've never had this happen before. And she's like, I need to go to the toilet. I'll be right back. And she literally got up and went to the toilet.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting here like, where's the guest gone? Who
No,
am I
What do we
talking
do
to
now?
What's-
What do we
what
do?
is that?
Yeah.
She didn't come back.
No, she did, but she went to the
Oh,
toilet.
yeah.
Oh,
and
the
she-
awkward silence.
Yeah, it was the awkward silence for like 5 minutes.
Yes, how you going,
Yeah,
guys?
that's it. I literally turned
Lovely
to the
weather.
cameraman. I was like, so, how you been? What's been going on?
Icebreaker, dude.
That's
Icebreaker.
it. I was like, where's the guest gone?
Yeah.
So, this isn't the first. I don't want this to be
Thing is-
uncommon.
oh, yeah.
Like, I
Yeah,
want
no,
this to-
fair enough. Oh, that's
I
funny.
hope he's not wrapped around my toilet bowl.
Oh,
Should be right. We'll check out. We'll check after. We'll check
Hey, let's
after.
look at
Alright,
at least we'll
we're
get a
gonna
good photo
to be
out of it.
continued.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I'll
We'll
put
get
like a
good
mannequin
photo.
there. Yeah.
But we
But yeah.
should probably wrap it up because we've been going for an hour and 46 minutes now.
Jeez.
Good effort.
Yeah,
Time
that's
flies
it.
when you're having fun, I guess.
Well, that's
Yeah.
it. And the thing is, like, you know, I knew this was going to happen because there's so many people trying to get around.
Yeah.
You know, the 2 hour, almost 2 hour.
Or sure.
Ollie?
No, it's me.
Ah, it's my brother. It's my brother again. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to do a welfare check.
oh no, you
And
you,
I'm sure
bro.
he's all
Yeah,
good.
red frogs and you need them. Mate.
Yeah, that's it. That's all we need.
Yeah.
Red Frog volunteers for the podcast. Like,
Save Ollie,
Yeah, that's
please.
it.
but thank you so much, guys, for coming on. Honestly.
That's alright.
Nah,
That's
it was
fun.
awesome.
And honestly, I want to get you guys back on 150%. It's been good.
Appreciate
I feel like we didn't get to go through your music. We didn't get to go through your music.
Yeah.
We did. Oh, memories. Can we pull up memories as well?
Oh yeah, tonight.
So how do we plug memories? What is it? Tell us about it.
Alright, so Memories is a very, very new bass event, all genres. We are looking for new DJs at the moment as well. So
So you heard it first. If you want to DJ at this new event at Be Merry, contact Sandy.
me or even the Memories Facebook page
Yep.
or Instagrams, anything.
We'll post this in the chat as well.
Please do, because we love to have anyone that hasn't had that much exposure, know how to play the decks, but not enough exposure into the club scene yet. So this is a perfect place for it.
Very cool. Very, very cool. We need more stuff like this because it's so unfortunate with how some gigs are these days. It's like you can get booked, but you got to bring 40 people to the club.
Oh yeah, or it's a lot of favoritism.
Or
let's just say.
favorite, yeah. Or you got to be in the know. You got to be,
Oh, yeah.
favorite-
That's what I like about this event too. Is that it's free. It's a free event,
That's
right?
free, no tickets right now.
Yeah.
It's all free.
That's good.
Support your mates and enjoy bass music.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
That sounds amazing.
Has variety as well instead of it just being like one genre, like
Right.
some events and things. So
and so it
it's
runs
really nice.
on Thursdays then?
Thursdays 8 to midnight.
8 till midnight.
Yes.
Very cool. And
Time.
It's like targeted towards me or some shit. This is great.
Halfway-
This is great.
halfway workers,
That too,
Yeah, when
yeah.
they have nothing to do on a Thursday, they can come out.
yeah, why not?
Perfect.
No, exactly.
And the drinks are cheap too, as well, by the way.
Oh,
How would you apply to get a DJ gig for anyone watching that wants a set at this event? Just message the page, but just
yes.
send a DJ mix or
Yeah, just a mix on SoundCloud. Doesn't have to be long. Can be like 15 minutes max. That's all we do. We don't really listen to the whole mix.
Yeah.
So
It's funny because then people send like a 2-hour mix.
It's
And it's
like,
like, oh, we
there's no
got
way we're
40 other mixes to
Whoops.
go.
Yeah, see, that's one
Whoops.
thing I've always wondered about people like who run events. If you go through all the effort of recording a whole hour-long mix and send that through to them, do they actually listen to the whole mix?
Sometimes they literally just like speed up to the crossovers and just
Yeah.
hear how you mix the tracks.
Yeah,
Because
true.
then that
yeah,
way
yeah.
it's like, oh, well, I already know this song, I already know that song, but how did he meld it in?
Yeah, because I feel like it's a big debate whether about half an hour promo mixes or an hour promo mixes.
I feel like 20 minutes is the sweet spot
You
for
reckon?
me personally. Yeah.
Minute, 3 minute, yeah, I
for
agree,
me,
yeah.
the tip is smash out like your set in the first 5 minutes because we usually listen to it.
Yeah.
And we can tell if you're good or not from that first 5 minutes.
yeah.
Because we'll end up skipping to the next mix anyways afterwards. Because it's a lot to go through. There's a lot of applicants right now.
Yeah.
But this will be a fortnightly event, so we're always taking new people as well.
Very cool. So yeah, not weekly then, so every fortnight.
Yes.
And then potential to move the weekly or
Maybe we'll
yeah, who
see.
knows,
We'll see
yeah.
how it
See how
goes.
it
That's
goes.
it. Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. Because that's what, it's consistency.
Mm-hmm.
It is all consistency. So, yeah. But anyway, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Of course.
We've got to find Ollie and we do have to do a welfare check and I don't drink my wine.
I'm in his will, so if he dies, you know, I'll leave
You're in
that.
his will? No, what are you talking about? He's in the will.
He's in the will.
Money. No, what money does he
DJ
have?
equipment.
Yeah.
I'm having all of his DJ equipment. It's gonna be me and you going back to back instead.
And it's like in the will, it's just like, I leave everything to Andrew, XOXO.
Hugs and kisses.
That's it. And it's not in your handwriting.
Definitely not my handwriting.
All right. Thank you so much, guys, honestly. And next week, we will have on... Okay, we've got Nikki coming on. So, Nikki...
Minaj.
I need to ask her how to pronounce her last name. But I'm sorry for that, Nikki, if you're watching. But Nikki has been involved in the band scene and the nightlife, I think, for like 15, 20 years.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah, sick.
I think. I don't know for sure. But
Yeah.
I got recommended to approach this lady and actually just message her. And
Yeah.
I think she's been in and out of bands. She's done this, she's done that. She's done solo projects. She's done acoustic things. She's done rock and roll, all sorts of stuff. So I'm going to dive into that whole world.
She got a story to tell.
Well, Nikki,
Yeah.
if you're watching, I'm going to tune in next week. So
Fuck yeah.
let's go.
And
Sick.
big shout out to everyone that has watched tonight. I have to say thank you so much for watching. It's amazing to have people that watch this thing. It's just a bit of fun. Honestly,
Fun and
like,
games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't make any money from this. Don't do a single thing other than just want to help out the community. And you know, if we don't work together, then how do we succeed?
And talk mad
No,
shit.
thank you, Alex.
Yeah, thank you.
Cheers, guys.
Oh.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. We're gonna do this welfare check. Like it's been 20 minutes.
Yeah, where is he?
Has he sat in the car? Or he better not be driving.
Who knows?
He's going to the casino. He's going to gamble.
Next episode, Ollie's gambling addiction.
This is where the mental health check comes in.
It's like, do you know how much you're spending? Just like those adverts. Like, it's like we have to get sponsored by
It's not a
it.
podcast. It's going to turn into a therapy session. It's going to be great.
The episode, it just like plays an advert of like some guy.
Of BetterHelp.
Plays an advert of Ollie at the pokies.
No.
And then at the end, it plays the same advert.
Gamble responsibly.
Yeah, that's it. Gamble
Yeah.
responsibly. All right. Cheers so much, guys. And we will see you guys next week, Thursday, for episode 220 of the Infra-Red podcast. All right. Catch you guys.
Peace.
Yeah.
Adios. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.